What's going on, everybody? It's SVT Vasquez back at it with another video, back at it with another banger, man. In today's video, I'm going to tell you guys what I did wrong installing my Mustang's radiator. Let's start the show. Alright guys, so I got done with my morning routine. Hopefully it's not too noisy for you guys with the top down. I wanted to do a follow-up video on my radiator install. I did a few things wrong in that video. I also mentioned that my car was overheating, but it wasn't actually the product that was bad. Someone had told me that the radiator overheats and it didn't work for their car, so I took them at their word. So when it started overheating for me too, I just thought that the radiator wasn't gonna work. So that turned out actually not to be the case, guys. The radiator is working fine now, and I did a few things wrong myself in the install that obviously, because the radiator is a lot bigger, it required more coolant inside of it, and I added more coolant, but I didn't do it the right way to fill it all the way up. So I'm going to be going over the right way to actually fill the coolant, and hopefully it saves one of you guys a headache here in the future, so you know how to fill it up the right way. Alright guys, so I did record this previously, but thanks to my shotgun mic picking up unwanted noises, the audio was too bad to actually salvage, so I have to go ahead and record this video again. I will be showing a fix that I find out on how to fix the audio if you're using a shotgun mic. I'll go into that in a later video, but for now I'm just gonna have to record this video again to finish up what I was explaining previously. So let's go ahead and look under the hood, and I'll show you guys what I did wrong on installing my radiator. And it's actually been working. I drove it pretty far distance. I drove it uphill with AC on. I drove it with heat on. It works now. It's not overheating. The radiator does work. It's not causing me any issues. So I would say it's a safe buy. But if I would do it all over again, I would just go with the OEM. You don't really need such a big radiator, but if you guys still want to go ahead and get this done, I'm going to show you guys what I did wrong and where you guys could run this radiator as well. And let's go ahead and go over that. So, like you guys saw in my previous video, I installed this thicker radiator here. And what I did wrong was, so I went ahead and stripped this bolt. This is not OEM here. I stripped the bolt trying to remove it. So I ended up skipping the process of taking this off. And I went ahead, took this hose off, filled it in so that radiator fills all the way up. And then I put it back on. And then I filled the storage tank here. But that's where I went wrong, guys, because if you fill this tube, it actually takes way more coolant than you think. So don't ever skip this part. That is where my heating issue was coming from. Since I stripped the bolt, I had one of my friends come over and weld a nut for me. So now I could easily remove this, as you guys could see, using a socket and this nut here. So that's welded on. I could easily pop that open and either fill the coolant or bleed the line. I'll link a video below on how to do that. Danny Johnson actually has a great video, and that's pretty much who I followed to fill up the coolant. I had stripped it and I couldn't get it out until my friend came over and welded it for me. So I suggest actually, if you could get it out, I suggest replacing it with an aftermarket part. They do sell aftermarket ones that already come easier to take off and keep on. Or I suggest welding a nut yourself if you can. But yeah, that's what was causing it to overheat. I ended up needing way more coolant. As you could see, I have 5 gallons there. I believe it took like 4 1/4 with this radiator, but I also had to refill my supercharger coolant because, as you guys know, I previously installed the heat exchanger as well. So altogether it was about 4 gallons and 1/4. So I ended up with like 3/4 of a gallon still in one of those containers. But yeah, it takes a lot of coolant, guys, and that's pretty much what was going on. So now that I actually have everything buttoned up, it runs great without overheating. My smog check is actually coming up here in July, I believe. I have to complete my smog check. But since I took out the battery, to install the radiator, the readiness is not complete. I still need to complete my catalytic converter readiness. So I need to do that and then pass smog before I could take anything else apart. As you guys could see, it's kind of dirty from the issues I was having with coolant leaking, and I want to clean this up. But before I do anything else to the car, I need to do the IM readiness on the catalytic converters, pass smog, and once that's out of the way, I'll have more time to work on the car and I won't have to worry about passing smog in the future. So that's gonna do it for this video, guys. I hope you guys like the video, comment down below, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
I'm just all about this money, I don't think about no thoughts. Girl, you don't know about me, so get off my fucking D. Born and raised in the dot, this is real as you gon' see. Girl, you don't know about me, so get off my fucking D. Get off my